I've actually picked a few meals out of here to go for. So the one I'm going to cook for you tonight is the beef, spinach and cannelloni. And what I've done is I've tried to pro point it out myself and reduce the pro points value to it just a little bit. So we've only knocked off 6 pro points, but 6 is better than nothing. So what I've done is I've just put a little bit of oil in the fry pan, and it just says to fry the carrots. So it's only got 1 carrot, 1 small carrot finely chopped, so I've done 2 large carrots finely chopped, and it also says to add in the onion. So that's why I prepared that earlier. So I'll just pop that over there. Okay, so I'm just going to fry that off. And where I've saved the 6 pro points is, I will show you what I've done, is I've got the kitchen scales, okay, so I've turned them, I'll just put this roll here. So if I turn it on, and I'm just going to type in B, E, and wait till the line to skip over again, and type in the E again, press enter, and I'm going to find mince on this. So if I keep scrolling through, beef fillet, kidney, liver, beef mince lean raw. So it does say to put in half a kilo, so 500 grams. So I'm actually going to prepare this meal with 10 pro points of mince. So that there would make it into the half a kilo, but I'm going to leave that out of it this time with this recipe. And I'm going to see how we go with just 270 grams of mince. And see how far we can stretch it. And I'm going to add in another tin of tomatoes with it. And hopefully we'll get still a big meal, but it'll cost us 6 pro points less for this recipe. Okay? So it just says fry up your onion and your carrots. And we're up to. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put on really low the margarine that I've already measured out, which is going to make our sauce. Okay? So we've done that. Now I'm going to add the mince into the carrots. So this is still 270 grams, probably doesn't look that much, does it? 270, but we'll see how big we can get this to be. And I've also diced up some garlic there. Okay, garlic. And just because it is sticking a little bit, because I don't use a non-stick fry pan, I prefer this fry pan, I might, in a second, so I've got that going. Now what are we going to do? We've added in the garlic. Okay, so we cook that for a few minutes, and then it said add tomatoes. So I've got 2 tins of tomatoes that I'm going to use. Again, I like to use that brand because it does say it contains 97% tomatoes. So I'm going to pop that in. It does say to use 1 tin, but I'm actually going to go for 2 tins. So I'm trying to bulk this out as much as I can. Okay, so 2 tins of tomatoes in there. I thought I was going to actually put a bit of liquid in there just to get that off the bottom of that pan, but it's looking mighty fine. Okay, so we've got that in there. Now with that butter, or the margarine that's cooking off, what I'm going to do, I've just weighed out the 2 pro points of plain flour. So I'm going to pop that into the margarine, and I'm going to get that started. I'm just going to cook that off a little bit, get rid of the flour cakes. So I'll just let that simmer for a little bit. I probably should have cooked that mince off a little bit more, but I don't think it will matter when it goes into the oven. Okay, so I've got that going on. So I'm just going to cook that off just a little bit. Okay. then I reckon to bulk that out even more, if you wanted to, you could add in a couple of grated zucchinis, and if you wanted to hide it from the kids, the carrots, you could probably just grate your carrots as well, so that they wouldn't have a clue whether it's got vegetables in it or not. The next thing it says, so we've got added the tomatoes, and it's also got, remember the tip, store the tomato jar upside down and you'll no longer get any mould. So if I just open that up, and the ingredients is 2 tablespoons of tomato paste. So I'm going to pop that in there as well. Okay, so the tomato paste is in there. I'm actually going to put in a couple of bay leaves. Okay, so 2 bay leaves into there. And what have we got next? Okay, so I'll just take that off. I'll let that simmer away, and I'm just going to start to make the sauce to go on it. Okay, so you just got to whisk that really quickly so we get rid of the lumps. Alright, so we've got rid of the lumps going on. And this is obviously going to be our bechamel sauce that we're going to pop in there. So you've got to whisk it really quickly to get the lumps out. And practice makes perfect with this. Send it back to the heat. Getting rid of all the lumps in there. So it was 1 cup of milk to 2 tablespoons, was it 2 tablespoons of flour? I might use 20 grams of plain flour, so 1 tablespoon it was, and I'm just going to pop that milk into there, so hopefully that will thicken back up again. Okay. So, and then we've got our mince cooking down. Okay, so now we're going to prepare some stock. Okay, so I'll just get my fresh spoon out. I'm just going to use one tablespoon of the beef stock. It says to pop in half a cup. Is that half a cup? So I'm just going to pop that in. Okay, so we've got the beef stock. And then it says to put in 100 grams of the baby spinach leaves, which I've got already done up. And it also says to use 1/4 cup of basil. So I'm just going to wait for that. And I'm just going to pop a bit of salt and pepper in there. Oh, and I nearly lost my sauce. Okay, so that's starting to thicken up there. Beautiful, no lumps in that. Okay, so we can also season that a little bit if you wanted to. Put salt and pepper in there. Okay, and pop that up. And I was just going to pop a bit of pepper into the mix. Okay, so we're just about ready to go. I'll leave that there. Turn that back on off. Okay, so in go the spinach leaves. Okay, so it was about 2 or 3 cups into there. And I'm also going to put in the basil as well. Okay, so you could add in some chili flakes if you wanted to, or some oregano, fresh oregano maybe. Whatever tickles your fancy. Okay, so I reckon that's looking pretty good. And I reckon we've bulked that out a fair bit, and we've reduced the pro points value to this meal by 6 by just reducing the mince. Okay, so we've taken that off. Okay, so that took off a little bit. Okay, so the next job is we've grated half a cup of cheese. So I'm just going to pop a little bit into that sauce, and that's going to thicken that up a little bit. Okay, so that's ready to go, and I might just turn that down to low. And we'll just simmer that off. Okay, so I'm just going to now prepare the lasagna base. So So let me see where I'm up to. Okay, cut pasta sheets in half. So I've got the pasta sheets that are already here, and I've worked out on the Pro Points calculator that per 100 grams it's 7 Pro Points. So what are we looking at? I don't know how big the sheets are, so let's rip into this. Pasta sheets in half. Okay, so we are going to use, so it's per 100 grams, so I just want to make sure that one pasta sheet does weigh 100 grams, and we're going to use 200 grams of the pasta sheets, okay? So yep, 100 grams, so we've got one down the base, alright, so one pasta sheet, and then we're going to spoon some of the mixture onto here, and I'm just going to quickly read it again. Divide mixture into 8 portions. Spoon down the centre of each pasta piece and roll pasta to enclose filling. Oh, we could make this into cannelloni shells. Okay, well I'm going to change that. So I'm just changing the recipe. I don't have time to make the cannelloni. So what I am going to do is just make it into a lasagna. How about that? Okay, so I need a big spoon. I thought I was organised, but I'm not. Okay, so here we go. So I'm going to layer it up. Okay. Okay, so I'm just spooning some of the mixture into the base of the Pyrex dish. There's a big bay leaf. Okay, so someone will get that. I'm going to take them out actually. Okay, so we've got some of the mixture in there. And now we want to spoon in some of our sauce. Okay, so I'm just going to pour, pardon me, a little bit of that over there like that, like so. Okay, so let's pop that in. And then we're going to load her up again with another lasagna sheet. So let's see how many layers that we can get out of this. Okay, so we'll go again. And already while I'm doing this, I'm thinking, what have we got? So I think we'll definitely get 6 out of this. So 6 divided by 40. Tell me the sums. What's that? Okay, so let's pop a little bit more white sauce over the top. Okay. Oh, I'm starting to salivate with this. Looks pretty good, doesn't it? So again, 100 grams of the lasagna sheets. I'm going to pop another one on the top here. So we've got that. And then we'll just put the rest of the sauce on top. We could probably even reduce the Pro Points a little bit more by taking out one of these lasagnas, which I have actually. What will I do? Okay, so I finished with that. And okay, so we've got that there. Okay, so I'm just going to pop the last of the white sauce over the lasagna. How long? And so far, I reckon this has taken me about 10-15 minutes to put it all together for the final result. Okay.